All right, go.
So, about 1994, I was about 13, roughly speaking. My church that my parents and I went to decided that they would go on this Mexico mission trip. And the church put some people in charge that...
Were you a young, innocent Russell then? I
Yeah,
feel like it
very,
was a
very young, very
13-year-old
innocent.
church Russell.
How old were you?
13.
About 13.
Okay.
Delicate time in Russell's
Still, you know, naive about how the world works.
Going to look for love in a Mexican?
Carnal knowledge in Mexico.
So we make this decision, and over the next year, we raised our funds to be able to go on this thing. I learned how to paint, build a roof, build a porch, stain a porch. I doggy sat, I doggy walked.
What else did you do to a doggy?
Not doggy style, but I did do quite a bit to get where we needed to go.
All right.
So finally, the day has arrived that we're going to go on this trip. And everybody shows up, we get ready, it's early, everything's fine. And the plan is we're taking 6 vans down to Mexico. We've got a few stops along the way. And one of these vans I get into is like the luxurious van, like Hagedon Mobile type of van, where it has the captain's seat, like a nice bench seat and tons of room. The other vans barely had air conditioning. So they're kind of shitty. Brown. One of the vans was brown. It looked like a turd, so we called it basically the turd. There were like a few other things. One was called Taco. One was the Blue Bomber, because it was blue. I guess we were into colors or something. I don't know. And they kind of like had assigned drivers to drive these vans, and one of the drivers, her name's Vicky Woods. Sorry, Vicky. She likes to drive a little fast.
Okay.
Okay. So we all set out, and we're just getting past Spokane, headed towards Portland. We're going to drive down the I-5 down to Mexico.
Where in Mexico?
Tijuana.
Uh-oh.
And I don't know anything about Mexico or Tijuana or anything like that.
You're still young.
I'm still pretty young, still naive. My parents
Sheltered you?
sheltered me quite a bit. Huh?
You did a mission trip to Tijuana?
Yeah,
Is that the title of the story, Mission Trip to Tijuana?
1995.
Okay. Continue.
Okay, so
Please ask some
The,
clarifying questions.
so we start out.
Missionary work in this now.
We start out, and Vicky disappears, like
In
right after
Tijuana?
Spokane. She's gone, and we're like, everybody else is keeping contact with CB radios, so we all get call signs, which is why one was called Taco.
What was your call sign?
Let's see here.
Big old turd.
We called ours Burrito.
Burrito?
Yeah.
Coming through.
Then there was the Blue
Big
Bomber,
Smokies.
the Green Machine. I honestly don't remember if we called the brown one Turd, but we should have, because it looked like a turd,
Keep going.
smelled like a turd. Anyway, so she disappears, and we start having like worried that she's gonna like, something's gonna happen, because she's getting so far away that we can't even hardly hear her on the CB radio. It seems like she's like
on the
100.
move.
She's like 100 miles ahead of us, easy. doing probably like next to 90 or something. I honestly don't know how fast she was going, but she was moving that van as fast as she possibly could. I
How
believe.
many people were in your van?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Okay.
Who's all these drivers are all just other church people?
Yeah.
Their
And they're
parents,
like
everything like
they're
that,
adults of a certain age. Nobody's 18. Nobody's like younger than 25, I imagine.
Okay.
So these people are
move
supposed to
this
be
story
responsible
along.
adults. They're supposed to be taking care of like a bunch of kids.
Let's move it along to the crazy stuff.
Oh, sorry. Well, I thought that was kind of crazy. Like one of our vans just like ups and disappears, and it's supposed to be like a caravan thing. Anyway,
Did you resolve
Hey,
the
she
situation?
wanted to get to Mexico.
she
What
wanted to
were
get
you
to
guys
Mexico.
doing?
She's like, boom.
She had some missionary work to do in PJ.
Yeah. So we
Wasn't she
so
supposed to go to like a small town.
in the
like,
back
build,
of
like,
our
a school
luxury
or a
van
church or
that I
something?
got to start out
That's
in,
what we did.
we drive
I
probably
don't remember what the
10 hours to the first
Some little town in the middle of nowhere.
first church we were staying at. It was in
Right.
southern Oregon, somewhere
Yeah.
like Eugene or something like that.
Fair.
But on the way there,
Right.
my friends and I, we all decide to have a conversation about something, and
Boobs.
I was
13-year-olds?
also
Not boobs, wasn't it?
Awkward
No.
boners.
No.
it was an argument over something that
Boobs.
they said I was wrong about, and I said no, I'm this is how it is. Like
Stick to your guns.
I just believed in myself as to like what it
I
was.
feel like the argument was like 40-year-old version where he's talking
So
about boobs
the
and
argument
being
turned
like sand.
into a
Nuh-uh, That's not
trial.
what a blowjob is.
Okay, to a point where we had a judge, a lawyer, a defense lawyer, which was me, because I had to defend myself. I didn't get like representation.
Oh, really?
From the state?
Yeah,
from the state.
and in
Self-rep.
the end, because of the monumental amount of wasted time, I had to pay 25 cents in repercussion fees or whatever it is, restitution fees.
Who'd
And
you
I
have to
don't
pay
even
it
know
to?
how that even happened, but
You
that
were
was
found
like.
guilty?
You
Oh
owe-
yes,
you
I
owe
was
us
very
all 25
guilty.
cents for this story.
They asked somebody on the CB radio finally after. This is like a 4-hour trial, okay? This isn't like an hour conversation
an hour.
of something that we argue about, where you get an argument with like one of us and we're like, fuck you, I'm right.
I got an important question.
Okay.
When does the crazy shit start happening?
Jesus Christ, Holstein, calm
It
down.
was
We
a
had a
court
pit
inside the
quarter
van.
here.
I'm
This
telling
is
the
getting
whole
wild.
trip story.
I bet
It's
you
not
they had-
just one story. It's like
You're in
I bet you
there's
they
like
have
5 stories in one.
They're
I
still
figured
in
that would work
Oregon.
better for you.
We need to make it like a 15-minute story.
There's a couple states.
You got 2 more states.
Can we like do some editing or something?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay.
I'll have to edit.
All right. So anyway,
You're gonna have to edit this part out.
This
That's
part
right.
we'll skip through.
Take
Let's get to the crazy shit in
Okay,
Q1.
God, dude, why?
I like how we're all basically doing Mystery Science Theater 3000.
Stop it. The color commentary is great. All right.
That's helpful.
So
We're involved.
the next church was crazy because it was shaped like a donut. Don't eat it. It's not a donut.
The church was shaped like a donut.
Yeah.
They have sprinkles on it, like
No,
Type of-
shaped. Not made like a donut. I told you don't eat the damn thing.
fair enough.
I got a
Randy's
good idea
church.
for the video.
Randy.
I should be
So-
wielding
That's it, right? The big
It's
donut.
in like
Randy's donut.
Randy
Bedford.
That's action
No,
shot.
Redding. I think Redding, California.
No,
It's
that's
Northern
Stan
California or
McKee's
something.
donuts.
Closer to
He's a hockey
Stockton
player.
though. So it's an actual like
Better
donut
get
shape
big
with a
excited
hole
about
in the middle. And in the hole is a big grassy area and then a bunch of concrete in a circle. And like all the like classrooms or whatever were like in like the circle part, right?
Sounds like a fortress also.
Kind
Like a
of.
cult?
It was
Some
very.
churches
That's a
are
cult,
fortress-like,
man.
yes.
It's a cult.
It's not a cult.
The only time you go outside is in the center.
Oh my god.
Oh, you guys have like little, don't you have songs and sing and slogans? And,
Yeah.
Never leave the circle of trust.
So
Right.
anyway,
Sun worshipping.
this is not a point that we have to get stuck on, people.
did they make you wear like special shoes? Like,
What color
White
was
Nikes.
No, jeez.
okay. No
All
Kool-
the only
no
thing that
Kool-Aid
was
to
really
make it.
weird about it, and the only reason why I brought it up was one, it was shaped like a donut.
But you don't
2,
eat
we
it.
slept outside because it was so hot, and 3, we didn't realize but like in between the cracks of the concrete were like millions of cockroaches.
Mm-hmm.
When are we getting?
And
Was
so
this in
when it
Mexico?
got cold out,
Did I miss that
they
part?
came out
Oh,
on
we
the
made it to Mexico?
concrete because it was warm.
Oh.
And so if you tried to go to the bathroom,
No, you
It
were
was
no,
like-
we were in California a second ago. We
you
were in
step,
California.
step,
Yeah.
squish.
Cool.
Step,
We're
step,
still not
squish.
in
Wait,
Tijuana.
we
we
skipped-
skipped California.
No,
No,
we're-
this is California.
Okay.
That's in California.
This is
around
Okay, we
Stockton.
didn't get to Mexico
Corny?
yet.
Okay.
Well, that's
Oh,
why
Stockton,
the,
gross.
the cockroaches are bigger in Mexico. I didn't
The
know
the
where we were
Oregon
yet.
the church in Oregon wasn't that cool. It was just like, oh great, we got
It
it.
just had like a
What
regular
was
shaped
this?
building.
It was just normal. Yeah, it was no big deal. So then we drive the rest of the way down because from Stockton to Tijuana isn't that bad. We get down there and okay, Holstein.
Uh-oh.
This is the part. Okay,
Things are about
so
to get
up
real.
to this point has been the intro that Holstein wanted, and now we can go ahead and edit this conversation out if we wish, because now the real shit starts.
All right, let's get real.
I'm
Man,
on the
if
edge
we
of my
edit this
seat.
right,
Okay,
this is gonna
so-
make an awesome movie intro.
How many of us?
Now shit. gets
How
real.
many of you have ever crossed the border into Tijuana in the mid '90s?
Not this guy.
One,
Two,
Three,
two.
Kelly and I.
3. Okay.
Point at the camera.
Do you
Naz.
remember
Point at the
before?
camera, Naz. Ask the camera. That's crazy. The people that lived.
Yeah, that's what I
away
thought.
from it.
So, do you remember how you just drove through it? Like you were like doing probably $180 if you were really going for it. Like people drive fucking
Come
nuts
through.
over there. No offense, Californians, but Jesus H. Christ.